Traveling the world to find yourself stumbling onto your dream job is something I'm sure most of us would never expect to happen. Vincent Rubino, owner of Fox in a Box escape rooms in Chicago, did just that. While traveling aboard with his family, Vincent played and paid, bringing the concept of a franchise escape room to the Windy City. Let's find out how he did it right here on Find Your Escape. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Find Your Escape. I am your host, Amanda Contreras, and I'm with Vincent Rubino, another Fox in a Box franchisee from Chicago. I'm super excited. He's a very amazing person and a great friend. Vincent, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much.
Super, super rad. Okay, so I know a lot about you, but for people who do not know about you, go ahead and just bring us in on how you got into an escape room, owning an escape room, what you did before, past life, how it's helped you with Fox in a Box now. So I'll let you have the floor.
Okay, awesome. Well, I got into this business in, I think, a fairly weird way. I was taking a year-long sabbatical with my family, and we were traveling in Europe by RV, by a big American RV.
That's so awesome.
Stuck on
I
a
love
ship.
that part. Yeah.
It was very random. And the thing is we were traveling around, and it was the three kids, my wife and me, the dog, and we would do all sorts of activities. But whatever we did, someone was like, oh, this sucks. Oh, why can't we do this? Until we did an escape room. It was a crazy, rainy, dark day in Novi Sad, Serbia, second or maybe third largest city in Serbia. And, you know, we're looking at TripAdvisor and going, okay, great, there's another monastery. Oh, and a fortress. And we're like, we've been fortressed out the wazoo, just not going to do it. And we're like, what is this escape room thing? So we thought, okay, let's try this escape room thing. And we went in, and it was incredible. We had an awesome time, absolutely loved it. We're coming out, and I'm thinking, you know, someday I'm going to have to go back and get a real job again. And maybe it would be fun to do this instead. So I went back in and talked with the owner and said, you know, do you license your rooms or anything like that? And he's like, oh, no, Vince, we're franchising. It's going to be huge. We're just going to be this huge franchise. And I'm thinking, third largest city in Serbia. Okay, well, I'll buy it. But we changed around the rest of our trip, and we went to a lot more escape rooms.
Did you guys have a lot more fun?
We did a lot of good rooms. We spent a bunch of time in Budapest, did a lot of really excellent rooms, saw some really creative stuff that surprisingly I still haven't seen in America.
That's right.
Even that I saw back in 2014. I mean, there is one vendor that I've seen that has a lot of stuff that is exactly from places in Serbia, from Budapest, but anyway, that's their thing. Anyway, so we went to like Munich and Amsterdam and a whole bunch of other cities. And there, even in Europe, which really did the escape room thing before us, there were not many escape rooms. So I thought, okay, I really want to do this, and I want to bring it back to America. And I did the legwork searching on what was in America. And in America, there was like Trapped in a Room with a Zombie, and there was Scrap. And that was pretty much it at that point. And I thought, oh my God, there just are no escape rooms. And after I went and played them, I realized there are really no good escape rooms in America. So that's why I signed on and became a franchisee. I was very excited about this. And it took about a year to open doors. It's definitely a lot harder to get into this business than people realize when they're starting it, particularly when you want to be in a big city. And yeah, we opened up in Chicago on September 12th, 2015. So it'll be our 4-year anniversary in just a few more days.
So tell everybody, because I really want to get into a franchise conversation, but tell everyone what you did before. Like, you did something and then you were able to go on a year-long sabbatical, which is kind of what created this Fox in a Box Chicago. So what did you do before?
Got it. So I was a software developer in Silicon Valley, came up pretty much through the internet, the startup of the internet days. I worked with a company called 411, which was a people search directory, because in those days you actually had to search for other people on the internet.
Okay.
And crazy, it was like you could look up their email address if you had their name and
That's
maybe
funny.
the phone number. Anyway,
Awesome.
That was business. And then we got acquired by Yahoo. Um, and I stayed with Yahoo for like 9, 10 years. And that was super fun because that was really early days of the internet. I mean, Yahoo had 350 people when I joined it. Um, so, I mean, that just gives you an idea of how small the internet was. And I did a whole bunch of things there and then did a number of other startups, did the whole San Francisco crazy commute thing, but basically spent my time doing internet engineering management, lightweight C-level job, uh, and a couple of different startups. And it was kind of a crazy, interesting thing, mostly on a technical basis. So, I was basically troubleshooting teams, people, and software systems and getting them all to work, as well as, architecting them. So when it came to switching over into this business, I would say there was very little crossover.
Yeah, right. Right.
I knew how to repair things. I knew how to troubleshoot things. I knew how to, spackle from my days, doing like helping out in building management. Like I knew how to paint, but in terms of marketing and running a business, that one just kind of came from nowhere, and I've had to figure it out as it went.
So that's really awesome because it actually helped you, I'm sure, in a lot of different ways with the things that you have to do behind the scenes. But why was it so interesting to you to actually join a franchise? What was the main point of because for me, I know, A, I'm not smart enough to come up with all these puzzles. Like that's not where my brain expertise goes. But someone who has them already, but I can make my ideas a little bit better. But what was it for you that was like, you know what, franchise, that is what's for me?
I think there were two reasons. One was I agree. I have a good head for puzzle. Actually, sorry, it really is one reason. Time to market. I knew that in those days there were not a lot of escape rooms. I knew there were going to be a lot of escape rooms at some point, and I wanted to make sure we had really, really, really good escape rooms right away, and that they would stand the test of time. It's very clear I've seen as a lot of escape rooms have come and gone in our market. Uh, there's a lot of people who say, "Oh, I'm better than that one escape room I went to 2 years ago," but they haven't tried 50, 100 escape rooms, and they're not saying to themselves, "Oh yeah, I'm better than all of them," or
Correct.
"I'm better than 98% of them."
Right.
So a lot of people are coming into this market, I think, with puzzles that are like, they've got an interesting puzzle, but they don't necessarily have the whole package.
Yeah, and they don't know how to execute it correctly.
Exactly. So when I thought about the franchise, I thought they're coming with a great package, and now I can bring the parts that I do particularly well and bring those to a particularly high state. And the other vectors, I'm at least going to have something that is really solid to make sure that I had a good, broad perspective instead of something, because you try a lot of escape rooms and it's like that thing, that was awesome. And those other things were kind of like, what was going on there? And this is not just the room itself. I'm talking about the entire business because all of those parts are necessary to be running an effective business. There are probably 30 major moving parts without even like the minor details. And you want to make sure that all of them are at least running 70, 80% off the bat. So when it comes down to people experiencing it, they're just like, boom, this is a great place. We love it. And that's something that I think has really paid off for us because our guests have been really very happy with us. We have a ridiculous number of 5-star reviews. We have very few 4-star reviews. Most of them, I talk to them and I understand where they're coming from, and we make changes that I think will improve them and get them to be 5-star reviews.
Yeah. Okay, so you have, last time I was there, you had 3 rooms starting the 4th, but I think you changed some things around since 2015.
Yep. So we opened in 2015 with 2 rooms, just, to get it going, make sure we had the operations down. And then we opened another 2 rooms in early 2016. Had enough space, I probably would open 2 more rooms every single year, but space is hard in cities. We did just late last year, early this year, we changed lab and we put in Zodiac. and that was great. That took an already somewhat scary theme and made it a fair bit more scary. And people are really excited about Zodiac. They really love the Zodiac room. Um, so that worked out well, and that was a great change. We also did a major redecoration, a brand new set design back in 2017. So our original rooms didn't look all that great, but then actually I can't remember if it was 2016 or 2017. One of those years we did a major set redesign to make the rooms that much more compelling. And I think that really is again thing raised our level and brought us up to what I think of as like approaching theme park level quality of set design, which once you layer in the outstanding customer service, the outstanding puzzles, the outstanding game mechanics that we have and our outstanding customers, everybody just like it's a great experience. We're very excited.
For those watching us and who do not know about Fox in the Box, tell us the 4 rooms that you have, what their themes are, and how many people can be in each room.
So the bunker, you're in a room and you've got 1 hour to stop a nuclear launch from happening. It's a great room, very thematic, great sound effects like all of the Fox in a Box rooms. But it's a fun atmosphere because it's got all these parts that we brought over, from Eastern Europe and whatnot. And the set designer came up with a thing to give this whole cement wall look. And I mean, it just the whole thing feels really cool. And it's just yeah, it's a great room. Our customers have a great time, and it's a great sort of introduction to escape rooms. I like to put people for their first time experience. I steer them into bunker because it really sets the stage for something that's challenging but not too challenging, and people love that kind of thing. Next room up on our difficulty scale is probably prison. So that one's a great room. It's got some prison bars that we worked out with a combination of 2x4s and black pipe, so it's nice and solid. I've gone to a couple of prisons where it's like, oh, this prison is great, except the bars are plastic, and I feel like I can break them without any effort. And it's or they're using conduit, and it's like, oh, you could just bend this. And it's like, no, you need something solid. It's kind of crazy. People are going to jump onto your bars and dance all around. And it's good. It gives a nice, solid feeling. People are into that. We got flashing lights, a smoke machine, and it just creates a really eerie effect that people kind of get thrown by, and they love the atmosphere. Next most difficult is probably Zodiac. That is our newest room. It is a great room. It has tremendous new electronics. It's got some great surprise moments. For Fox in a Box, I think it is our most horror-oriented of rooms. So people who are into that kind of thing are really excited about that.
That's so great, yeah.
And then our next most difficult, or I guess I'd say our most difficult room, and it's actually our most popular booking-wise room, is the bank. I don't know what it is. Everybody in Chicago wants to rob a bank.
Everybody wants to rob a bank. It's the craziest thing. Yeah.
It's like everybody books up that room, and it is also almost as old as Bunker, I think, in terms of rooms. But the puzzles just like stand the test of time. People love doing it, and it's fun.
Yeah, that's so great. So what are your plans in the future? I know you want to expand. I know you've been looking to expand. Can you give us a little bit of a of something that you're going to be doing?
I would love to expand the place. I definitely would like to have a big location with, 8+ rooms because I think there is the demand. People absolutely love coming to great escape rooms. They want to do it. They'll go to not so great escape rooms. But our focus is on being the best in Chicago, and our aim is to deliver more of that. I mean, we constantly get from our guests, they're like, when can you come more rooms? When are you going to bring in more rooms? It's like, I want to bring in more rooms. But it's trying to get all these stars to align and get a place built out that will actually do it and that we can open it, because that's what matters.
Yeah. So you mentioned Best in Chicago. You guys won awards and were nominated for a couple of different, or recognized for a couple of different awards. Go ahead and talk to us about that real quick.
Okay. So there was the one group just did general Fox in a Box. They showcased us, and there was this whole like vote off thing. And that one was very exciting because our chain ended up being the number 2 one. all the entire Fox in a Box chain, and that was super exciting. And that came on the heels of EscapeTheRoomZ.com, which did an analysis of ratings and reviews across TripAdvisor, Google, Yelp, and Facebook. And we were actually ranked in March as the #1 escape room in the USA, our Chicago location. And Fox in a Box, and we were also ranked as #2 in the world. So that was super awesome.
What are 3 escape rooms that you know for a fact are like, we have to do these rooms? Because I love promoting everyone else. So what are 3 rooms that we should go to?
Okay, I would definitely recommend, I think it's called Escapade in Sacramento. Really, really good rooms. I loved the experience, start to end. It was so tight, well crafted. The room was good. It's actually the only public room that I've gone to that I played with other strangers that I was like, this still worked.
Wow, that's great to hear.
One room that I do have to plug for, absolutely loved it. Huge room, but it's private, so it's expensive. Was the Palace in San Francisco.
I've been talking about that room. I can't wait to get them on an interview.
Yeah. No, I really loved the room. I haven't played their others because I have to somehow get, an 8-person posse, a 10-person posse. But it's worth it. For a great room, I'll pay the $400 and bring a bunch of friends.
Which one did you play, Edison?
Played at no, it was maybe it was Edison. It was it involved the magician.
Houdini?
It might have been Houdini.
Yeah.
Okay. So that one I really liked.
I think it's Houdini over there because they have 3 rooms, right?
They do have 3 now.
Yeah.
Played them when it was just 2 rooms.
Okay.
So that one was a super awesome room. Where else was another room that just like blew my mind? Actually in Amsterdam, the Sherlock room was that was a great room. It was an installation, so they exactly fit the puzzles to their historic building and everything. And that was a super fun room.
Thank you so much for being on. If people would like to book your room, where do they go?
Oh, they should go to foxinaboxchicago.com. That is FOXINABOXCHICAGO. Yeah, .com.
Yep. And phone number in case they want to call and ask a question.
If they want to call 312-878-7899.
So, Vincent, thank you so much for being on. Guys, thank you so much for watching another episode of Find Your Escape. I am your host, Amanda Contreras, and we will see you guys next time. Vincent, say goodbye.
Bye-bye.